everybody. Thanks for watching. It's a Wednesday show. On Wednesdays, we like to talk about ranks. So my preliminary Week 9 ranks will be scrolling on the left side of your screen throughout the show. But as always, you can check out updates on harrisfootball.com, especially over the weekend. Depending on who is or isn't playing, I certainly will update. But I want to start filmically for today's show, talking about, well, my number 7 running back in standard, number 8 PPR. James Conner. You're going to use James Conner, especially in a week with so many buys. You're going to use James Conner anyway. Let's take a look why. Last time out against the Ravens, Conner had 9 carries for 19 yards. But with a 7-week performance like this so far in 2018, you're going to keep using him even if this matchup is a little bit tough. Conner's on a better pace through 7 games in 2018 than Le'Veon Bell was in 2017. And of course they're doing it differently. I'll show you how Conner got things done last week in his huge game against the Browns. But the fact is, Conner has been spectacular for fantasy. It didn't start great for the Steelers or Conner Sunday against Cleveland, losing 6-0 deep in his own territory. I don't know if you can see it there, but he coughs up the ball trying to get extra yards. And if Pittsburgh doesn't recover, who knows what happens in that game. The Steelers were really doing nothing at all until this play. Second quarter, it's a pass to Antonio Brown, and Conner contributes here as a blocker. This is just a hipster thing to say. Oh man, the best play James Conner made wasn't even a carry. But if you watch him come across the backfield and take out that blitzing safety so Big Ben has time to throw, he's going to do better stuff when I show you more film. But this is a nice way to contribute as the Steelers start getting going. Hey, a quick break to say thank you to BetDSI for sponsoring our show today. If you've been looking for an online sportsbook, I play at betdsi.com. If you go there and enter the promo code HarrisTube, they will match your deposit up to $500. Been playing there for like 3 years. It's safe. It works. That's really all I need out of an online sportsbook. If you watch a lot of sports on TV and you sometimes don't have a rooting interest, having a couple of shekels down on a game gives you a little rooting interest, makes it a little more fun. BetDSI has been a great sponsor of the podcast and also this YouTube show. We really appreciate them. If you've been thinking about finding an account online to play the games, we hope you'll check out BetDSI. Okay, back at it with James Conner. And my revolutionary point here isn't, hey golly, start the dude coming off a huge week. But I think stylistically, getting an idea of what Conner is a good idea. He's so physical, and he loves the spin move. Here's this 6'1", 233-pound Goliath. And, Jerome Bettis was heavier, but he had sweet feet as well. I think it's worth lingering on this run because this is everything James Conner has. Not only the spin move, but the power to withstand a tackle, a stiff arm, some decent speed down the sideline there. This is a run you can't fake. It's a power runner's dream, a power runner with balance. This is the longest run of Conner's season so far, which is great, and it was a really great run, but it also tells you he's not really the breakaway guy. This little screen, you're not getting that joystick thing with 233 pounds, but you definitely get some bursts of lateral agility to get him free and sort of stair-step his way down the field, sort of just keep him free. And then at the end, for sure, strength. Strength is mostly what he has, and he has other stuff too, but strength is his best quality. Squeaks for the first down. Here's his first touchdown. I don't think you're getting wowed by how fast he is getting around the edge, getting to the edge, but he gets there, and once he gets there, he ain't getting tackled. Now, if you want a sense of limitations, in the context of a great day, this very small nit to pick, here's a place where Conner tries to cut back. And once he's on the run, he can cut fairly well when he's starting off a run, but if he's running and he's got to change directions real quick, that's not going to be his game. You can see that he sees the tackler. He'd like to push it back inside, but he's just not going to be that stop foot, go foot kind of player. The linebacker here is not going to have a hard time staying with him when he changes direction. And I thought I'd maybe show you this play, maybe just for the compare and contrast it offers for what Conner looks like running the ball, because you know who does this. You know who hesitates before he goes. springs into life like this. This is James Conner doing a Le'Veon Bell tribute band. Now, Conner doesn't do it like Bell does it. It's good, but yeah, I mean, okay, let's just show you. This guy does it better. I think the most useful thing I can do is just show you Le'Veon. A little compare and contrast. Nothing against Conner, but nobody approaches the line and quick twitches and accelerates at that size like Le'Veon Bell. If you can't tell that just looks different, yeah, of course it looks different. Yeah, it's runs like this one. That's why I call him the Jazz Runner. He's always stopping in the hole like this and then bounding up out into the field because of his incredible vision and acceleration from the dead stop. A lot of the great stuff Conner does once he's under a full head of steam can look a lot like Bell, and both benefit from that great Pittsburgh Steelers line, but Conner's just not quite as indefensible as Le'Veon Bell. But I mean, who cares, right? As long as James Conner's cruising along like this and has 9 touchdowns and a ton of yards, we're just going to start him. We're not going to make it complicated. The complication will come if and when Le'Veon Bell returns, and I don't know anything you don't know. Logic would tell me that on the player's side of things, Le'Veon's side of things, he probably wants that year of service time, so he'll pull the Vincent Jackson and sit out the maximum number of games he can, and yet return and still get his service time, so he's a free agent next year. I guess it's possible the Steelers tell him, don't come back, we won't tag you next year, and just take the compensatory pick, but that would seem awfully generous on their part. I think the larger question is if and when Le'Veon comes back. I mean, James Conner's been really good. There's a chance Le'Veon is more of an ancillary player. There's a chance it's a split role where we get annoyed by both of them. I think at the moment, I'm still expecting Bell to come back, but I have to say I'm not sure of it, and for as long as he's out, there's no question. James Conner, not Bell, but maybe a better power back and awfully good behind a good line. Okay, the other player I wanted to show you ranks-wise today is Panthers rookie wide receiver DJ Moore. He had a career-best big day this week against Baltimore. I want to start out by saying you will see a pretty low rank for Moore in this show for Week 9 against Tampa, probably like 40th or something among receivers. But I like DJ Moore fine, and I especially like that Carolina came out against the Ravens, making it a priority to get the ball in the kid's hands. I'll talk about the why of the rank in a little bit, but first we'll just talk about how the Panthers got more involved. Here, Moore is in the slot, and there's motion, and there are bells and whistles, but this is designed to ascertain that the defense is in zone, and they send Moore on a play-action zone beater in the middle of the field, and he's the first read, and he beats the zone, and he makes the catch. This big play from the shadow of their own goal post, this winds up being a gutsy call. Send out 4 receivers and trust that Cam Newton will get protection enough to take a deep shot, and he does, and Moore catches it. I'm not sure that this tells us all that much about DJ Moore. He runs a seam route here, cool, like he didn't fall down, he's open. This was really about protection, and it was really good protection, but love seeing Moore on the field to make a play. But I really wanted to get to these back-to-back plays. Offensive staffers got together and designed these plays. First, this one, which sees Moore motion from the slot to the tailback position, and then they pitch it back out of play action, and this is a lucky bounce, no question, could have been a disaster, but I want these plays called for Moore. I want to see this guy be someone this offense can't get away from using. And then, very next play, we get this, a pitch back reverse to Moore around the other side. You can see he's fast, you can see he's quick. Moore himself isn't doing anything amazing on these plays, and he's a littler guy. Maybe he's Steve Smith. Maybe more likely he's Golden Tate. But what we want to see is the Panthers realize they have something week in, week out. And then, all right, one more. Moore is lined up wide right here. He's probably not the primary target, but he stays alive. This is the end of the first half, and Newton stays alive. And yeah, okay, show me some ball skills. That throw is low to the ground, and Moore goes down and gets it. Now, I think calling DJ Moore in Week 8 a total breakout is a little bit of hyperbole. It's 90 receiving yards, all in the first half. A couple of them on those big plays that I showed you where pretty clearly not the primary read. So I want to be somewhat restrained. I think the guy had 3 for 27 the week before, but he's a rookie. And a rookie who the Panthers designed a bunch of plays for, and I like that. Now, my rank right now assumed that Torrey Smith would be back and sort of just jumble up that Carolina receiving core a little bit. But if Torrey Smith doesn't play this week against Tampa, and that Tampa defense is fairly generous, I'm going to probably get more higher in those receiver ranks. If you check him on harrisfootball.com, I can imagine getting him as high as maybe 30 instead of 40, making him more usable if Torrey Smith is in fact out again. I'd like to see it again. I'm not ready to call it a complete and total breakout. I'd love to have the luxury to give him one more week, but if you're in a deeper league and DJ Moore's available and you need wide receiver help in this many teamed bye week, can't hate you if you take a shot. Thanks so much for watching. Please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.